I just don't understand. Like, one thing is, okay, you can deny space travel and all that stuff, but you can't deny the phone that you're holding in your hand, okay?
It's true.
Your phone, coincidentally enough, uses processes that require the Earth to be flat. Okay, there isn't like
Wait, what?
Well,
Wait. You mean round? Wait, what did you say?
Right, round. Sorry,
You just said require the Earth to be flat. I'm like, hold up.
require the Earth to be flat. My bad.
No, to be round.
I mean round. There's too many flat and rounds.
Okay.
In this
Continue.
episode. Okay, I'm arguing for a spherical Earth. Just to be clear. So there are processes in your phone that require the Earth to be a ball, right? Things like I've mentioned before, like GPS and all that stuff, and there are also very indirect connections that rely, and it's not even your phone; it's pretty much everything around you, right? Like, I'm trying to think of something very obvious that everyone has. Do you know an example? Well, for example, a compass. That's one thing.
Well, a compass gonna be explained with a flat Earth, though.
Except the fact that you need a spherical, like the magnetic fields of
Magnets
the Earth.
don't work. The magnetic fields don't work. Yeah, but I guess a compass.
Yeah, but a compass is based on the magnetic field.
Yeah, but if we're assuming, because I mean, bro, when we're saying flat Earth is a possibility, we're making so many assumptions about the magnetic field, gravity, and we're just saying, okay, let's just take it as it is. Let's just say the North Pole is here. Let's just say the South Pole is here with no real proof because it's wrong. But we're just trying to just like entertain the theory. So I guess the compass, if you're just assuming the flat Earth, it would still work. But you're right, the magnetic fields would just, I don't even know how they would work.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Wouldn't.
The magnetic fields are based off of the inner Earth movements. We're talking about like the core moving around and creating the magnetic field that goes from south to north. Is that how it goes? Yeah, south to north because of the northern lights. And are there lights in the South Pole?
Yes, there are also southern lights.
There are?
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
No, the lights are simply caused due to the
solar
electromagnetic
activity,
radiation,
right?
With high levels of magnetic interaction. Because at the poles,
they come from the sun.
Yeah.
Right?
It comes from, of course, from the sun. But the poles have such high concentrations of magnetic fields that when light at the end of the day is electromagnetic radiation. So when it interacts, it produces different wavelengths and it scatters it at different wavelengths that we can then see as northern and southern lights.
We'll talk about northern lights.
Yeah.
Northern lights another time.
So again,
about...
magnetic field lines would not be possible. Sorry, I was just doing a quick search and. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Yeah, it's north to south. It's not south to north. Because you said south to north, and I'm like, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Because I'm looking at a picture,
Anyways.
and so it kind of goes out of the north and comes into the south.
I always get confused because of when they switched it, right?
Yeah,
like at some point they switched it.
The Earth's poles, like the magnetic poles, not obviously the physical poles, switch sides, literally switch sides, which again... Like and that happens, I think, once every some 12 years or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Some number. I could be completely wrong in that number, but some amount of time interval, and these magnetic poles switch, and that's simply of how magnets and how the Earth is producing the magnetic field, and that's perfectly normal. That's not a weird thing. It's just you can't explain it with a flat Earth. You can't explain magnetic field switching with a flat Earth because if we're talking about a disk being a magnet. Right? I mean, magnetic disks, we know one side is north and one side is south. So if the whole thing is north, okay, this is so weird to even explain. Like, how would that even work? It's just hurting my brain.
But technically for compasses to work, the edge would have to be north and the middle would have to be south or the opposite or whatever. Because it has to point towards the middle of the disc at all times.
Yeah, so then it would be so it would point to the center being north, right? Like the center would be north, right? In a flat Earth.
But there are a whole bunch of...
Yeah, I'm not
unanswered and holes in that explanation where it's like, okay, let's assume the edge is south and the middle is north.
Like, there are so
How
many
would the
assumptions.
disk produce that?
Yeah, like,
how would that be naturally produced?
that's what I'm saying. There's no evidence. There's no physical. There's no mathematical evidence. You know, I think that would be step one. If we can't observe something, prove it to me mathematically, because that will convince me probably more than observing something. Maybe. So the idea is, if you can prove it mathematically, I guess it's a topic of discussion. But there's no way that can be done. There's no way. So the entire idea of a flat Earth is just lost if you can't prove it mathematically, right?